Flyers TV is sponsored by the Bay Hotel.
Dundee is playing well. As you've seen, they've definitely got the better of us over the Christmas period here, and they're riding high in the stats. We're languishing down at the bottom of the tables, somewhere where we've really tried to avoid all season. But we've ended up there, and really it's, every time me and you stand here and talk, you ask me the question, a big weekend, and we say, of course, but, it's just coming down to make or break time. We don't want to lose touch with the playoff spot, and if we do, that'd be a disaster for this club, and we'll do everything to try and avoid that.
It's definitely a big weekend. Every game here is pretty crucial for us, so definitely looking forward to tomorrow.
Looking back on the Cardiff game, what's kind of your take on that game, on the 7-3 defeat?
I don't know. I just think we got outworked. I know me personally, I didn't have a good game. I can't really speak for everyone else, but I think we just need everyone to show up. I've said it before, but everyone, including myself, needs to be a lot better, and hopefully we'll be that tomorrow.
Well, I think if you look at our record with Matt and without Matt, it speaks for itself. When he stays in the hockey game, and when barring before the suspension, we were having a pretty good run of things, and that shows his influence on the ice. Not only is he an imposing figure, but when we signed Matt, we realized we were getting a pretty good hockey player as well. And I think talking to him over the suspension period, I think that he's definitely figured out how the league works. He definitely knows that there's a target, on his back now, whether it's self-imposed or a little bit on the league, trying to make example of folk. He knows that, and he knows how important it is to stay out of the penalty box and help us win hockey games.
At what point over the summer did you decide to bring in an enforcer into the team?
Well, we never wanted to go for an all-out enforcer, and I spoke to a lot of people about Matt, and realized that this guy can play hockey. I think that he came in a time in British hockey when Maury's taken over as head of refereeing, and Maury's made his intention clear to the league and trying to make a declaration to the rest of Europe and maybe even a bit of North America that the type of hockey that's been played here for a number of years is unacceptable, and he will crack down on guys that are giving the sport a bad name in the UK. Now, I don't necessarily think that Matt's done that, but for whatever reason, and you know what, he's paid his time now, so the biggest thing is to get past it and get Matt in the ice. But so we didn't go for an all-out enforcer. We went for a guy that could play the game as well. But I was pretty tired of, and I talked to Stewie as well. We're pretty tired about guys getting pushed around.
How much of a lift is getting Matt Nickerson back in the lineup?
He'll be huge. He's a physical presence, but also he's a solid defenseman. So we're looking forward to having him back.
How much do you enjoy derby matches?
It's a lot of fun. The atmosphere in the rink is definitely amped up quite a bit. The fans will be in it, and I think the guys will be too.
And how important was it to bring Greg Glaze into the club?
Under the Elite League rules, you have to have two goaltenders on your bench. And I think that the younger guys that we used in the past are still pretty inexperienced. A guy we used against Nottingham last year, Craig Douglas, he's hurt right now. So there was really nobody in the system right now that we could use. But we need another goalie on the bench, and we need another capable guy on the bench. So Greg, he's kind of done the rounds down south, but we have him here to help Blair out if Blair needs help, and as well as us. I mean, we need two goalies on the bench, and so while Kevin's away, we'll have Greg, and just pleased to have him up.
And Blair's going to be the starter for tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. Blair's been with this club for a lot of years. He had a bit of a rusty night there in Cardiff, but it wasn't just Blair who had a rusty night. There was a lot of passengers, and pretty disappointing given the fact that we went down there early, prepared early and stuff like that, and didn't have a lot of guys show up to play, which kind of seems to be something I saying to you every week. But myself and Danny, we're not going to sit back and allow this to happen. And lots been going on behind the scenes to rectify this. And you know what? I know Blair's going to bounce back, and Blair deserves this chance with this club. But if he struggles again, and I'm sure he won't, that's another reason to have a goalie and to give him a hand. But Blair's a very capable goalie. He's given us wins in the past. He's won a shootouts in the past. So there's no reason why Blair can't go out there and have a great performance against Dundee for us on the weekend.
How excited are the boys about the game tomorrow?
They're really looking forward to it. I mean, anytime you're kind of in a bit of a funk, you're always looking forward to the next game to try and snap out of it. So guys are looking forward to tomorrow for sure.